Johnny, question for you.
Yeah.
If I was somewhere in Kokomo and it wasn't our house and it wasn't the flower shop, where would I be?
Easy. Humble home.
Yes, you're right. You guys, listen up. Humble Home is my absolute favorite place to be for so many reasons. No matter what I am looking for, I always check Humble Home first. Clothes, shoes, toys, decor, furniture, makeup, they literally always have something that I need. They have brand name items for cheap. Their inventory is constantly changing, so it's part of my weekly routine to do a Humble Home walkthrough. You absolutely need to stop by. I promise you won't be disappointed. While it is a discount store, it's not your average discount store. It's clean, organized, and everything has its place. I get zero anxiety when I go in, unlike other discount stores. And no matter what you're shopping for, a home project, gifts, home decor, even seasonal decor, they will have it. They are open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and Sunday from noon to 5. You can follow them on Facebook at Humble Home Kokomo and watch for new items every single day. And for our Lafayette, Indiana listeners, I have exciting news. They are opening a second location in Lafayette soon. As soon as I have the details, I will let you know their opening date. Get excited.
This is Jonathan Keith, and you are listening to Missing Midwest, a true crime podcast about those that have gone missing. Today's story is about a Kansas teen who was ready to graduate and start his own business. He went to a bonfire with friends and family, but never came home. Kansas.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
No, we
We are in Kansas.
We are in Kansas.
Okay. Have we done one in Kansas?
This is our first Kansas one, and I got to apologize to my people in Kansas. Yeah, what's up, Kansas? This is Missing Midwest. This is like one of our 60-something episodes here. We're just now getting to Kansas.
We suck. I'm sorry.
I looked it up. Indiana's definitely our leading state, which makes sense because we're in Indiana. We're closing in on 20 cases that we've done in Indiana.
Nice.
But nothing for Kansas yet. It's the last state in the Midwest that we haven't hit. Kansas, you're getting
But here we are.
That's right.
I'm intrigued.
It's a good one. It's a.
And you said he's an entrepreneur?
Yep.
Someone start a business? I love him already. Do I love him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple shout outs, couple announcements real quick. First of all, thank you to everybody that came to the fall market.
Yeah.
We saw several listeners there. We talked podcasts with a few of you. That means just so much to me that you guys are coming to the events we're talking about and supporting us in all these different ways. Like, thank you. That's awesome. We noticed and we just appreciate that so much. The fall market in the books. We've got other events coming at the Jefferson House.
We do. I'm super excited about some of that Christmas stuff coming up. So.
Well, I'll talk about the Monster Mash yet, or is that not official yet?
No, it's not official.
Not official. Never mind. Stay tuned.
Maybe.
But there's definitely a vintage Christmas market my girl's been working on. We're hyped about it. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be like the most. I've been wanting to do it for like.
Were you about to say the most wonderful time of the year? Is that what you're
No, but it will be the most wonderful time of the year. It's like super vintage. Think like Christmas shopping, roasted chestnuts, coffee bar, grab your hot chocolate. It's gonna be outside too, and the lights will be strung up, and you can just like put your hat and get your gloves on and come shopping.
We're going for the most Christmas vibes.
The most Christmas vibes ever. So I'm working on that. So we'll invite you to that when it's time. Do you have announcements?
I do. This was part of the announcement. Shout out to baby sister, little sister Jenny. No longer Jenny Keith. It is now Jenny Harper. Her and Brett got married on Sunday. Congratulations on the marriage. I hope you guys are having fun down in Gatlinburg. Don't go any hikes. If you guys listen to the episodes from last month, be careful on those hikes. Yeah. But yeah, it was. We're so excited for you guys. So excited for you guys. Let's see other announcements we got here. $5 subscriptions. Listen, Murder Midwest. Only $5.
Why are you not subscribed?
Only $5 a month. You now have access to 50 plus murdered episodes. We just did yesterday's.
I did a Peru case yesterday. Yes. Peru, Indiana, and y'all, it was wild. It was wild. You need to subscribe as well.
I would say like if we had to make like a top 5 crazy person list out of all the cases we've done, which would probably be fun to do.
We should.
This is an idea that we need to like think about. Like
One Night Stand Sue Ann would be in it.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know about that case from yesterday.
Like if we had to make a list of like these were the craziest people we've done episodes, over 100 episodes at this point.
Yeah.
she'd make the top 5 crazy list. I think.
Perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, and from Peru, no less.
Yeah, if you're gonna subscribe,
she's
do it.
still in prison right now.
As she should be.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one to start on. So give us that $5 subscription. Helps us out. Helps us keep Cody happy and editing all of our stuff, and just kind of helps support us. You know, we appreciate it.
You know, our kids like food.
That's right.
And they've grown accustomed to a roof over their heads. You know,
this has become one of our favorite side hustles, I think, like we've ever done. Like we've enjoyed this big time. It's a Christmas gift, possible Christmas gift. We're getting into Christmas season.
Yeah.
Get somebody a subscription to Murder Midwest for their Christmas present. All right. I gotta stop rambling because I'm hyped about this case.
Okay.
All right. Not hyped that it happened, obviously, but like, you know, first of all, Kansas, shout out to you guys because there's not very many missing persons cases.
It's safe to go to. It's not like Washington or something when don't be going out to like Oregon or
Seattle. I just feel like every serial killer has killed somebody in Seattle.
So Kansas is safe.
Kansas, BTK was in Kansas. So like we got to keep that in mind. But we're gonna talk about the KBI later. I can't wait to see your face light up. But in general though, like I think I had to get to like page 2 of Google to like find like a significant case. And we're going back to 1988. So like that's a while ago, you know. And so, you know, Kansas, you're safe. Congratulations. Also, one of the nicest, hardest working people I've ever known in my life is from Kansas. Wilson Alexander. Remember my guy Wilson?
Oh, he was sweet.
Loved Wilson. Wilson and I played football together at Taylor. Like I said, probably the hardest working person I've ever known. Is from Wichita. Was a big fan of the Wichita State Shockers. Yeah, that's their mascot. They're good in basketball every once in a while. They'll make a run in the tournament. Wichita State Shockers.
Shockers?
The Shockers.
I thought it was the Shuckers.
No, Shockers.
What is that?
I don't even, when you see the mascot, you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, so is it a person?
It's more of like a thing. It's like its own thing.
I'm going, but I'm gonna go.
But yeah, that's fine. Anyways, that's where Wilson was from, and Wilson deserves a shout out for talking about Kansas. He's the only person I know from Kansas, I think. But we are not going to be anywhere near Wichita. We're actually going to be in northeast Kansas in a very small town called Linwood. It's sort of in between Kansas City and Topeka. In 2022, their population was recorded at a whopping 427.
Whoa. Tiny.
Tiny.
They don't have a Dollar General there.
They do. They have a Dollar General there.
Congratulations.
And back in 1988, population was only at 400. So, you know, they've grown 27 people since then.
They deserved that Dollar General.
Yeah. And actually the story is from like where things went down was actually a different town, but that's where Randy was from, and it was just kind of a fun little town, so I went with that one.
Okay. Name's Randy.
Yep.
I love the name Randy.
So we're going back to April of 1988.
Okay.
Senior Randy Leach was getting ready for graduation. We remember this time. Being April of senior year, you're like, I'm almost there. Completely checked out of all of my classes.
Anything.
Yeah, you know, and it's just like, I'm ready. Like for me, high school was great, but like I was so ready for the next chapter. Like I knew I was gonna be playing football in college. Like I was so ready to just like get there and be done with high school. And I kind of like,
it's a real thing.
Senioritis. It was, I had it so bad. So like I'm like picturing him in this situation because he's excited for his future plans. He's got a lot of things going for him. Randy's got some things going for him. He's going to trade school, but before that, he was starting his own lawn mowing service. His dad had actually just bought him a tractor, and he was going to mow all summer and save up money for school in the fall. Like he was really excited about this. Yeah.
Literally, entrepreneur.
Yeah. I
love me some business startups.
Yeah, he was ready to go. Like I said, dad just bought him a tractor. John Deere was ready to go. So in April, we're on a Friday, April 15th. They actually did not have school this day. I don't know if it was still spring break or what the deal was, but this Friday they didn't have school.
Okay.
So he's pumped about it. Like he got this new tractor the day before. He's like, let's get this thing going, right? So he actually mows a customer's yard in the morning. First thing he did.
Okay.
Mows a customer's yard, and then he went home and mowed his family's 10-acre farm.
Oh.
Yeah, so it takes that's like
This
a
is
4.5 hour day.
What's his last
Do that.
name?
Leach.
Randy Leach.
Randy Leach.
Well, I love them.
So yeah, and then they said that when he finished mowing the yard, again, like 10-acre farm, he like cleaned off the tractor and made it look like it was brand new. Like that was the goal. Like I want it to look brand new again. And so like he got his tractor cleans. Business, equipment, like he's here for it.
I love it.
So there was this pre-graduation party that night over at another senior girls' family farms. We're out in Kansas. There's a whole bunch of family farms, right?
Probably all they got.
Yeah, it's probably pretty much everything. So this party was actually in Bonner Springs, a slightly larger town, had around 6,000 people at the time, but like still small town vibes. It's like it's like very rural out here. So like everybody knows everybody, small town, bonfire. A lot of seniors, a lot of kids that they know.
Identifying with this some harder now.
Yeah, for sure. And so after he got done mowing his, like again, he mowed a customer's house, then he mowed his parents' house, then he cleaned the tractor, took a shower, got ready, all that stuff. He's like getting ready to go to the party. Can't go to the party too early though.
No.
Can't be that guy. So around 7, he takes his mom's 1985 gray Dodge 600 sedan to just run around town, a couple errands he had to do like before the party. He actually went to his cousin's house, but he wasn't there. And so he was just kind of like driving around the small town. Like it's a thing. And he did this regularly, like just driving around town. You hit the convenience stores, you just do whatever. There was a convenience store. Yeah. There was a convenience store in the town that actually was like kind of like a hangout spot. Like a lot of people would like go to this convenience store regularly.
Okay.
So anyways, he's like doing that. And then around 8:30, he goes to his friend Steven's house. Mm-hmm. And then he actually picked Steven up and took him to DeSoto, which is about 10 minutes away, another small town, so he could show him his graduation present. His dad had gotten him a red 1966 Ford Mustang, and and they were restoring it.
Wow.
So it was like in this garage in DeSoto, and he was like super hyped about it. Graduation was coming. Like he was like, yeah, I can't wait to drive this thing.
Okay.
And so again, he takes his friend Steven to do that. It's about like
I'm getting a very like responsible vibe from this kid.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair to say.
I feel like he's just got his crap together.
Yeah, I mean, he's ambitious,
He's ambitious. He's responsible.
I think he played basketball. He's like he's bigger than me. Like
he wants to earn money. He started his own business. He's going to save up for college.
Yeah,
mowed somebody else's yard, run his family farm. He wants to restore a car with his dad.
Or his dad has been getting this car restored. I'm not sure how much he's been involved in it.
Okay,
but yeah,
that seems like a wholesome thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Wholesomeness to the
for sure. A lot of things going well for him.
Yeah.
It's like he's knocking out high school.
Yeah.
A lot of good things.
I'm curious the circumstances that lead us to a missing person.
Yeah. It is curious for sure. So one thing that was like unclear when I was doing my research was if I don't think Steven went to the party with him. So I think like, he went to DeSoto, showed him the car, and then he either took his friend back home or somebody picked up his friend. Like either way, DeSoto, it's not like necessarily on the way to Bonner Springs where the party is, but it's not like out of the way either. It's kind of like you can just take a different route than the fastest route, and it's like slightly. I mean, they're all within like a 15-mile radius, so it's like not really that big of a deal. So he may have
not to the Kansas people. It's not,
yeah, no. He may have just picked him up and then showed him the car and then driven him home. That part was unclear to me. It's gonna matter a little bit that Steven wasn't with him, but yeah, like he definitely picked Steven up, definitely showed Steven the car. They were definitely together for like a while, and then he goes to the party around 9:30 p.m. So an hour later. So like there's not a ton of time that he was with Steven, right? He goes to a convenience store, buys a couple things, then goes to the party. Gets to the party by 10 p.m. So like slightly before 10 p.m.
Bo Digital is the secret ingredient you need for success in marketing your small business. From logos and flyers to social media and videos, Bo Digital can create the marketing you need to set yourself apart. Oh, and they build websites too. Not only do they help my small business, but did you know that they help many others around Kokomo too, including Solidarity Community Credit Union, the Lindy Owsley and Chanel Cahill Real Estate Team, Hope Behavioral Services, and even the Kokomo Symphony. Let Bo build a custom plan for you today. Learn more at bowdigital.com. That's BOWE digital.com.
So I want to talk about this timeline right quick.
I love a good time.
You know how I feel about timelines. So in less than 90 minutes after he gets to Steven's house, he has visited with a friend, checked out the car, stopped at a convenience store, and drove around for like 30 to 40 minutes when you consider going from, you know, his town to DeSoto, then back to drop him off, and then to the party that's at Bonner Springs. The Bonner Springs is like 50, it says, I Google mapped it, it's 17 minutes from Linwood, where he's from. So like I'm saying 30 to 40 minutes of driving time in that scenario. Yeah. That really only leaves like 20 to 25 minutes to be at his friend's house and the garage, like combined. So like only like a 45 to 50 minute time frame where he's with Steven. Okay. And then so he goes to the party. So it's 10 p.m. He's at the party. He gets to the party. Okay. He's hammered. Whoa. Like struggling to walk, slurring his words, like something is physically clearly wrong with him.
Whoa. Was that expected from him?
No, not at all. Was not expected from him. Everybody. Okay. Again, small town.
Yeah. That's like, so like,
yeah.
His friends say, like, not him.
Yeah. So like the girl that he was, like the girl who was hosting the party, like her mom later said like he was struggling to walk, but she didn't think he was intoxicated. What? Somebody asked him what was wrong, and he said like, man, I don't know. Like that was like his response.
Whoa. That's sketchy.
So he's at this party like pretty much all night, and nobody, 50 to 100 people at this party. Actually, they said that throughout the night, 150 people came to the party. At the time he got there at 10, it was like 50 to 100 people. You know how it goes. Like people are coming and going all the time. But everybody that was with him the whole night said that they never saw him drink anything. Steven, his buddy that he was with, said that Steven bought a 12-pack of beer and he never drank any. Like Randy didn't drink any of it. Okay. So like he bought it like, and like, yeah, dude, you can have some, and he didn't. Yeah. Like, so he's like the 45-ish minutes.
That's weird.
Like he was with Steven says he didn't drink. So then
how did he get he showed up hammered though?
Yes. Like makes no sense. No.
Could it have been drugs?
I mean I don't know. So yeah, everybody was like noticing like he can't walk. Like he can't walk and he's slurring his words. And everybody's like, what is he drinking? Like I've not seen him drink anything. Also throughout the night, it actually like got worse. And people heard, like I said, one of his friends asked him like, what's going on? He's like, I don't know really. And then around midnight, he was like, I'm going to go home. But he couldn't find his keys. So that's like, you know, what is happening here, you know? And so his friend, John, at 1:30, he's like, dude, let me take you home. Like, I'm going to take you home. Like, you're not driving home.
Okay. Good friend.
Yeah. And there was actually a couple girls that were with them that also couldn't drive home. And so he's like, hey, Randy, like, I'm going to take these girls home. Like, you just chill out here. I'm going to run them home, and then I'll come back and get you and take you home. So where he's like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm just going to, like, lay down for a minute.
It's like this.
Yeah. And so they said that he actually laid down, like, in the front seat of his car. Like, he was just going to, like, lay down in his car and wait for John to get back. But then other people at the party said that after John left, they saw Randy get back up and go to the bathroom. Like they had like a porta potty out for this party. The potty for the potty. The party. And so at this point, it's like one person was like, I know for a fact it was at 2:05. Another person was like, I know for a fact it was at 2:15. I saw him in line at the bathroom, and there was a line for it because So 2:15 ish. He's in line to use the bathroom.
It's a pretty close timeline there.
Right. John gets back at 2:30, and he's like, "What the heck? He's not in his car. Like, where's Randy?" And everybody's like, "Oh, he was getting ready to use the bathroom." So he's like, "Okay." So like they're like walking around, like looking in the bathroom, like, "What the heck? He's not here." You're like, "Where is he?" And stuff. They keep looking for him, and they realize that his car is also missing.
Oh no.
In the timeline of this, you have people saying 2:05, 2:15, he's in line at the bathroom, and then
What time does Freddy get back?
2:30.
So it's like so
15 minutes. You know, like it's.
But I mean, possibly. Yeah,
I mean,
he could've driven away.
oh sure, and he probably did,
Yeah.
but like a short amount of time. So like right now, everything I've told you, Randy was never seen again.
What? That was the last time?
Like that was the last time he was seen, was in the line at the bathroom at 2:15, and then at 2:30 they couldn't find him, and he has never been seen again. Never been seen again.
What, did they find his car?
No.
Shut up.
Never found him, never found his car. There's been no, and listen, there has been no trace. 1988 to now, no trace. And I'm gonna come back to this later, but like the family, hear me when I say they have never stopped looking. It is one of the most organized and well done missing persons Facebook page that I have seen. Active. Like,
I feel
you're
like
talking about 36 years ago.
He is in a body of water somewhere.
I mean,
Has to be.
It
It's
is
one of those cases where like he drove off drunk and he ran off the road. We need to call the dive teams.
well, and see, like the thing is like
called.
friends and family were like obviously like he was impaired and crashed somewhere, like, and so like they called the police, and like at first that's what it was. Like, we need to find
he's hurt somewhere.
this drunk driver. It can't be far. Like, he can't be far away. Linwood, yeah.
Linwood, Kansas. It's such a small town.
Yeah, and so, and again, it was Bonner Springs where this party was, but again, still a small town,
Yeah.
like not much bigger than Greentown. And so, you know, they call the police. There's searches. There's nothing. There's no evidence. No car. No Randy. And then they're like, okay, well, like if his car isn't like noticeably like somewhere near, like, did he run away?
Yeah.
And they're like, no. And they said at the very least, you need to give 24 hours. Like, if he was that impaired, it was that late at night, like maybe he's sleeping it off somewhere, like 24 hours, and then come talk to us. Like, if he's still not here in 24 hours, like, we'll start doing searches.
Yeah.
So 24 hours comes, they call the police. They're like, you know, he is gone. Like, missing person reported. We don't know where he is. So many things make absolutely zero sense. I already talked about the 90-minute window.
Is there more?
Like Steven says that he didn't drink any beer with him.
Okay.
I don't think that in the 30 minutes that he was driving, he was slamming liquor. Like, I don't think that.
Okay.
You know, when he went to the gas station, I told you he went to the gas station, you know, or the convenience store, he bought 2 candy bars, 2 bottles of Coke, and $3 worth of gas.
What?
This dude is bigger than me. Like, he's 6'3". He was 220 at 18 years old. Like, he was a farm boy. Like, he was a big farm boy.
Yeah.
Like, even if he had split some of those beers with Steven,
wouldn't have even mattered. Yeah.
like, it wouldn't have been falling down, slurring your words like that.
The car missing to me is so like.
Yeah. Also, like, everybody agrees, like, we never saw him drinking at the party. So like he would have sobered up over time. Like, even let's say he was a lightweight, which he's bigger than me, so I'm guessing no. Even if he would have drank some beforehand, he'd been sobering up throughout the night. Like, it got worse throughout the night. He didn't know what was happening. And like, you're with friends here too. Like, you're about to graduate. Like, if someone be like, dude, what's wrong? If he'd been like, yeah, I'm hammered.
Yeah.
You know, like, he was like, I don't know what's wrong, is what he was saying. So like, that doesn't make any sense at all. So you ready for a whole lot more to not make sense?
Ugh.
Like, nothing makes sense about this case. All right. So 6 a.m., his parents were like, he's not home yet. He should be home. Like, we're calling the police. Like, he's in, like, they were worried initially, impaired driver, crash. Like, they were like, he couldn't have driven home. Like, he couldn't have made it home, you know? So at 7 a.m., again, less than 5 hours after he was last seen, Randy's uncle is like, I'm going to the farm where the party was.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to go talk to them. He gets there, 7 a.m. It's immaculate.
Whoa.
There is no evidence that a party even happened. He thought he was at the wrong house. He was like, oh, well, this couldn't be where it was. And they were like, no, it was at the, whatever their name was, like Irwin Farm. And he's like, I'm at the Irwin Farm. There's nothing. Like, it doesn't look like a party ever happened here.
Like, where's the porta potty?
Yeah. And so they, like, he, like, goes and talks to them. One of the sources that I read said that they weren't helpful. Oh. But, like, I don't like saying that.
So I wonder, though, my thing was that when they talked about the friend's mom, like, she was had alcohol at her house, like, underage drinkers.
Yeah, but we're in rural Kansas in the 80s. I just don't feel like,
yeah,
you know, but also, like, they did talk, though. Like, it's, like, being not helpful, I feel like, be like, oh, I don't know anything about this. Like, but, like, again, there's 50 to 100 people that saw him. Like, everybody's saying the same thing. I don't think you can get, like, his friends. Like, he had a girlfriend that said the same thing as everybody else. Like everybody was like, no, he never drank at the party, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. To me, it was just, like, very, very strange still. So anyways, when he gets there, he said that he didn't see a single cup, trash bag, piece of trash, nothing. Completely cleaned up, raked, and swept over.
What?
By 7 a.m.
Whoa.
I mean, you're talking like 4 hours after, like, if they were looking for him around 2:30, there's no way everybody was gone by 3. So, like, you're looking at less than 4 hours after the party ended.
That's sketchy.
It's cleaned up. Yeah. Yeah, he was not happy about that. You ready for another sketchy thing?
Yeah.
Later in 1988, the house where this party happened burned down.
Whoa.
Like, they say it's completely unrelated. And it could be, you know. You know how I feel about coincidences. Very strange. But there was nothing to tie anybody there. And again, they would have had to got rid of the car too. Like, I mean,
the car missing is I don't like it.
And there was so many people there, really, and they all knew Randy. So I don't think, like, you can convince 100 people to be like, hey, we're gonna let this slide that we killed Randy and ditched his car. Like, there's too many people. Like, I don't see it.
No, I would say it'd have to be a very small group of people. A few people that know what happened. If they think something happened. So what is the consensus here?
Or, well, that's the thing about this case. There is no consensus. There is no clue.
What does the family think?
The family...
Foul play?
I mean, I think foul play is assumed because they never found the car or him or anything. Just listen to this, because I've got a lot more here.
Oh, okay.
I got no more clues, but just, like, the way the case has gone. Okay? So, the family is, like, recognizing that all these sketchy things are popping up with the house, like, all this stuff. There's some other, like, instances that I'm going to talk about, but the family's like, hey, law enforcement, like, freaking figure this out. Like, we're not just going to, like, say, like, oh, there's no clues. Like, you need to keep looking. Like, you need to keep doing more. You know, I mentioned the 24 hours. That wasn't weird to me. It was like, he was impaired. He's probably sleeping it off somewhere. Like, give us 24 hours. That, to me, makes sense. And then after that, police, like, issued a bolo. They conducted searches around the area, but they didn't find anything. They've never found anything.
That's insane. I hate cases like this.
Yeah, and so the parents are, like, frustrated by this. They're, like, the parents, like, situations like, there has to be something. Like, keep looking, you know? Oh my God. So later in that year, 1988, parents hired two different private investigators.
Wow. They're not messing around.
They're not messing. They have never been messing around. It is 36 years later, and they are just as serious now as they were then.
I'm looking at pictures of him and his mom right now, and it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. And so, you know, they hire these private investigators. The private investigators find literally nothing. The people they talk to, same stories. Like, they find nothing, and both private investigators tell the family, like, he had to have ran away.
No.
Family's like, 100% absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. And basically, this was based off the fact that there was zero evidence of foul play. But I have as many family issues with this theory as the family does, because I'm going to go get $3 of gas, go get drunk so I can't walk, and then disappear into the night. Like, that's not a plan. That's nobody's plan, you know? That doesn't explain how impaired he was. There's nothing that explains this. But then when you think about how good life was going for John or for Randy too, like, he had the car lined up. His dad just bought him a tractor. He had the business lined up. He had trade school. Like, things were going great for Randy. Like, great. Everybody said that he was so happy. He was
It's
happy
always
to
a
be done with high
possibility,
school.
like we say, but it doesn't sound like
I mean,
it is.
like I've said before, I will usually give it a 1% possibility. Like, I can't even give it that. Like, I can't even give it that. Like,
Okay.
he just everything that he was trying to do, he was doing right there. Like, it was fine. Another thing too is that, like, he was ready to get in the car with John. Like, remember I said, like, his friend John was like, I'll take you home, and then they agreed to take the girls home first. Like, he was like, if you're getting ready to run away, you're not like, never mind, I'm gonna let my friend take me home. Like, he was getting ready to get in the car. Also, he couldn't find his keys, so, like, he was like asking people, like, if they had seen his keys. So it's like, if you were gonna run away, wouldn't you just disappear in the night? You wouldn't go around and be like, hey, I can't find my keys.
No, yeah.
Like, nothing.
It doesn't make sense.
Nothing points to a runaway to me. I mean, there's the opposite. Like, can't be. So, like, everyone agreed. Like, even law enforcement and the family agreed. Like, these private investigators are wrong. Like, he didn't run away. Absolutely not even entertaining the runaway theory.
Yeah. I don't like it.
But again, though, it's just kind of like another thing. Like, if I'm law enforcement, I'm like, yeah, I don't think you ran away either. But the fact that you hired PIs, and that's what they're saying, like, there's nothing. There's no evidence. If PIs aren't dealing with a caseload of like 10 things, and that's their only case, and they're saying he ran away, like, I'm not gonna find anything else.
Jeez.
Sketchy stuff keeps happening.
Oh gosh. Did you know the Jefferson House of Flowers has been a local Kokomo florist for almost 100 years? Our trained designers make beautiful arrangements for literally any occasion. You can send flowers for any reason. Birthdays, anniversaries, get well, congratulations. The list goes on. We make flowers for funerals, weddings, proposals, and even proms. Let's be honest. Receiving flowers, whether you're at home or at your work, it makes you feel special. You get butterflies and you feel loved, and that's what sending flowers is all about, the feeling it creates. Call us at 765-452-8269 and let us create something special and send it out for you. Or you can stop in and see us at 4300 West, 100 North Kokomo. We always have a cooler full of flowers that are ready to go, as well as a boutique full of gifts. Shop local, support local, and send flowers.
The next year, 1989, Randy's friend Steven, remember him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this and your head's just gonna snap around. By a river near their town, Steven found a severed foot.
Excuse me?
Yes, a severed foot in their tiny town of Kansas, and he's like,
"There's only 400 people there.
Yeah, well,
Who's missing a foot?"
There's other towns around, but like he like immediately calls the cops and is like, holy freaking crap! Like, and he's thinking everything else. He's like, everybody's probably like,
"Oh, I'm sure
that's freaking Randy's foot. Like, what the heck happened to Randy?" So then they get there,
Randy,
and they do their thing, and it's not Randy's foot.
Well, whose is it?
I honestly didn't even go down that rabbit hole because there was so much left to go through on this case, but it was someone else's foot. Like, it wasn't Randy's foot. So we're still like,
what?
Where the heck is Randy? And who's chopping feet off?
What are the odds of such a small town having somebody go missing and a missing foot coming up? Or not a missing foot, a severed foot.
1993 comes. 5 years later, 3 men were arrested for kidnapping and murdering Randy. Again, as far as the family knows, there are no clues. There's no evidence. There's nothing pointing anywhere. There's no town rumors. There's none of that.
I'm sorry.
So these 3 guys get arrested, and they're like, holy crap, how did they figure it out? Like, they're like, can't wait for the details. They're like, I mean, these people are on it. They're like trying to get something out of the investigators, what's going on. 3 days after they're arrested, they are released. Investigators publicly admit to making a big mistake regarding these men's involvement in Randy's case.
They were like, our bad.
Yeah, they were like,
you can go now.
These guys didn't have anything to do with the case. Like, they arrested them for it.
That's what I'm saying. You had to have a decent reason to arrest 3 people.
Yes.
What was it?
I don't. There was no more elaboration on that. I found that in 2 sources. Neither one of them elaborate on it. I can't find anything else about it. So now, fast forward to 2002. So this is 14 years after the case. the KBI, the squad.
Squad.
Kansas Bureau of Investigation. That's like what they call the state police, right? Like it's like the Kansas State Police, the KBI. Yeah. Kind of sounds cooler than saying state police.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So the KBI, they like try to renew efforts. Like 2002, like it's been 14 years. Like this makes no sense. Nothing about this makes sense. Like renewed efforts. Let's figure this out. Still an open case. Like let's figure this out. We're gonna move forward with the assumption that he has been killed. There's no reason to believe he ran away. Like none. And he's never been found. So he's not like hiding in the bushes for 14 years. Like he's dead. You know?
Yeah.
So when you make that assumption, it gives you a little bit more freedom with a lot of other pieces of your investigation. So that's what the plan is. They like, make it's in the public eye. They're doing like interviews. They're doing like stuff on 2020 or I don't think they did something on 2020, but you know what I'm saying? Like the efforts to get it out. Social media is kind of a thing. Yeah. All that.
Yeah. Renewed interest.
So they ask Randy's dad, Harold, who seems like an absolute gem. Okay. Like I saw some interviews that he was in, gem. They asked him to take a polygraph test, and he's like, of course, like anything to help Randy, but like, what the heck,
Also, why?
And they're like, listen, this is just a renewed effort, like just crossing T's and dotting I's. So they drive him like all the way to, wherever, I forget where it was, Wichita or Kansas City or wherever, or Topeka. They drove him to Topeka for him to do this polygraph test, and he passes. I'm just like, we really did that to this dad, who's like been championing,
literally.
Can't talk, like working so hard to find his son, and then like 14 years later, you're gonna be like, let's check out the dad. I don't know. That was weird to me.
Yeah.
But he complied. So 2014, we are a very long time away. We are literally 26 years after the fact right now. The family learns. And again, there was terrible communication between the family and law enforcement. I'm going to talk about that again a little bit more here in a second. But I know. So in 2014, the family learned that there was actually a suspect.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah. Eric Montgomery was his name. In 1990, there had been 2 murders 7 miles away from Linwood.
Whoa.
And he was the prime suspect in those murders. He had to speak in court. I think he was in prison. I couldn't find out if he had a rap sheet. So I couldn't tell if he was in prison for getting arrested for those murders and hadn't gone to full trial yet, or if he had been arrested for something else and was in prison. But he actually died in prison in 2010. Okay. Law enforcement said that he was the prime suspect in those murders from 7 miles away, and that there was enough to connect him, or that they thought he might be connected to Randy's case. So he was a prime suspect in Randy's case as well.
Okay.
But like he died in 2010. So they just like, they can't talk to him about it. There is no evidence.
Yeah, they just thought maybe.
Like they just thought like this has got to be our guy, that close together, So this family is.
Did they know like why he killed the other people? Like what was the?
I didn't see much on that. I just know the family's like upset by this. Okay. And at this point, they're like, like they said that they would keep us updated, and the mom was like, they called every month for a while, and then they just stopped, and I'd have to call them every other month, and then it was just like they just stopped, and then now we find out, like we keep finding out details, like they arrested these 3 guys, and then they, all this stuff.
Bother telling us.
And so the family's like, the mom, at this point, it's mom. Dad actually passed away.
Oh.
I know. Yeah. So it's mom, and I think like his grandma was heavily involved too for a while. But they're like, at this point, it's been so long, like we want you to start a cold case team. And law enforcement was like, we're not starting a cold case team. Like it's an open case still. Like we still, are doing things with it. And they're like, well, what are you doing? And they're like, well, we don't have to tell you that. And so they were like very upset. And in 2017, they sued the sheriff's office to open the file.
Oh.
Yeah, they were like,
well, I hate
her.
It is like my pet peeve. Why are you keeping it? There's nothing to lose. How many years has it been?
Yeah, exactly.
Just tell us already.
Yeah. And so they sued to open the file with basically like, hey, you're not doing anything with it clearly.
Literally, it's
like,
just sitting there.
like, just open the file. A judge said no. A judge denied this. And it was like, basically like said what they always say, but it's like, there are things in this case like we don't want available, like all that stuff. And
which
it's
is
like
fair if it hasn't been how many years?
36
That's what I'm
years. Like
saying,
the mom's gonna die without knowing more than she does. Like that's terrible. Like let her know everything.
Like I'm all about.
Let her know everything.
Yes, I'm all about the police. You know, doing their good police work. But if you haven't solved it yet, like
right. And
Jesus,
so
like,
I'm hoping that this actually takes a turn for the good. They have actually hired 2 more detectives to work on this.
Recently?
This year. This year. Dude, when I tell you they have not missed a beat. Like if you go to this Facebook page, like I think it's the search for Randy Leach or something like that. I can't remember the exact name. I've got the link to it right here. That I'll put in the show notes. But like it's still active. They do a great job. It's very organized. I mean, they were searching bodies of water in this July, 36 years later. Ooh. Like they are still like, we haven't searched this place yet, or maybe we should search this place again. Like they are still, his mom is still like doing everything she can to find him.
That is the whole reason I'm here doing Missing Midwest. Just I cannot imagine. Right. Dang it, that's awful.
Yeah. And so there are some new renewed efforts here in 2024. I think it actually, like if you look it up, I think it actually kind of started at the end of 2023, but like the plan was to like dive in 2024. And I know there's been people working on it. There's been some like interviews done, and things like that. But that like the Facebook group is good, and they are searching bodies of water in this calendar year, like just a few months ago. Like they have never given up, never.
Good for them.
Yeah. But it's just like one of those things where it's like, I mean, I have no clue what happened. Like, I have no theory. I have no, like, I mean, we've done cases before, and it's like almost like, lack of a better term, like fun to speculate or like, oh, this is my theory. Like, I don't have any. What? Let's hear it.
I think he was drunk or high. Probably high because he obviously wasn't drinking in front of people. And I think he got in his car, drove off, and I just got on my BFF Google Earths, and there's so many bodies of water in and around Linwood. And I think he went off the road, and that is how him and his car have disappeared. I think he's in a body of water somewhere, and I just think they haven't found it yet. They probably haven't found it because it was not easy to like search bodies of water back then. So I hope that with this like renewed thing, they can use some like new technology and maybe find his car.
I think finding him in the car in a body of water is the only explanation that doesn't have somebody else involved.
Well, duh.
But I mean, like, when you think about like, okay, if it was foul play with somebody else involved, like him being that impaired, like he didn't, like, according to Steven, they didn't do any drugs. Like, did he do drugs right before he got to the party? Like, there's no reason for people to believe it. Like, people don't believe that.
He could have been doing drugs like the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still hard for him to like, okay, at 2:15 he was at the bathroom, and then at 2:30, like the window of time for him to leave was so small too.
But plenty of time for him to get in the car. The weird thing is,
couldn't find his keys. Nobody ever was like, oh yeah, I gave him his keys.
People are like, nobody has said that they've seen him leave that party or his car.
So, right. Well, and then there's like the whole, like, and this happens with every missing person. There's like, oh, he was spotted in this town, like all that stuff.
Sightings.
Yeah, sightings. And that was like another reason why like the original detectives were like, well, we got people saying he's in these towns, but like there was nothing concrete there or anything. No. And again, there was just no reason to run away. But yeah, I mean, he like didn't have enemies. Like it's just a very like,
he's so handsome.
It had to have
strapping young man.
Like it had to have been an accident.
I think
where
it was an accident.
But like they've searched for 36 years. You know what I'm saying? Like
they just found a woman in Florida, I think it was. her and her like 2-year-old daughter went missing. They were last seen in her car, literally disappeared off the face of the earth like over 35 years ago. And I think it was Adventures with a Purpose. They like literally, that's what they do, is like search bodies of water. They found her car and her daughter in it, and she went off the road. It happened here in Kokomo. There was one of the missing, Kokomo doesn't have that many missing person cases, but one of them, this lady was missing, and she was last seen leaving a bar in Kokomo, drove home, never made it home. Her entire family blamed her ex-boyfriend for like the longest time, and like they like shit talked him all over town, blamed him, said he killed her, she, all this stuff. Well, they were there was like a pond, and they built houses beside this body of water, and the house that was built right beside it, one of the kids, his bedroom was upstairs, and he looked out his window, and he like from the air could see that there was something in the pond, and they like reported, he like was like showed his parents, and they like reported it, and like it was her car, and she was in it, and like it was icy. It was when the night she went missing, it was like it was snowy, and she slid off the road, went in this pond, and they never found her. And it was like she was gone for like over 10 years, and they found it and solved it. Her family literally like apologized to the guy. Like, jeez, sorry, we've been blaming you for murdering our family member for the past 10 years. But like, so that happened so much.
I don't know. Man, with as heavy as they've been with the searches and the parents have been on things, like,
no, that's the thing.
Like I mean, I guess like if he was in something that they searched already and they just missed the car, like that'd be devastating. That'd be devastating to find that. But like, I don't know. But like, again, here, like another thing that like keeps sticking with me is like there is nothing that points to drugs. Like nobody has come forward and been like, yeah, I mean, at this point it's been 34 years or 36 years. Like you think somebody would be like, okay, like we can't find him, like he was doing LSD. I mean, that's never happened. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so like, why was he that when he went to all this, just the window of time, like I said, like in 90 minutes, he drove for 30 of it, hung out with his friends for 45 minutes, went to a convenience store, bought 2 candy bars and 2 Cokes, $3 of gas. Like, that's, I just, why was he that messed up?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely like, it gives it like a possibility of being something else.
Yeah. Sure, and the fact that they arrested 3 people and then they had this other guy that's like a prime suspect, like that tells me that they have more reasons to believe that it was a homicide. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but there's nothing to the public. There's nothing. Why are you all arresting 3 people if you don't believe that there's some serious foul play here? Yeah. Very, very, very. I don't understand it at all. Like, it's so much stuff that I don't understand. I'm gonna have to freaking put this one in the list. I'm telling you, like when I started reading this case, it was like this is gonna make the ones that live rent free in my head. It is like Brian Schaefer, Brandon Swanson, Brian Schaefer, Ohio, Brandon Swanson, Minnesota. Yep. Bryce LaPisa from California. Yep. Mara Murray from Connecticut. Vermont, I think is what you're gonna see. Yeah, and then Randy Leach, Kansas. Another one. But yeah, rent free for sure. I'm just gonna be like, because like we have. John Bonet. I feel it's a murder case, but we have so many like drones and stuff now. I'm just like, I just want to get a drone and spend all my time flying over to Linwood, Kansas, looking. It's a whole freaking car. Yeah. And human, like, how did they go missing? A big human. He was a big guy. He's bigger than me. Yeah, like. Yeah. How do they go missing? It's a whole car. Gosh, hate that one. Yeah. Thanks for that. I literally already liked the Facebook page. I'm following it. It's like, and again, it's like I like it when we can finish an episode with like someone knows something. But again, this is one where you're like, do they? I feel like somebody at the party could. I mean, yeah. Well, it said, I just read online. It said nobody from that party ever came forward and said that they saw him leave the party. Right. Come on. 100 people. Somebody had to see that car leaving the party. Okay, I mean, I don't know. It's not like you're. The other thing too, I feel like and this is tough because hindsight's 2020. I don't want to make anybody sound like a bad friend. If I was in a spot where I'm like, my friend needs to go home, I need to take these girls home first, I would like tell somebody else. I'd be like, hey, like Jimmy, like watch him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like make sure he doesn't drive home. But he couldn't find his keys. So like, what did he like in that 15 minutes that he was in the bathroom?
Yeah,
He like found his keys. Like, oh, I'm gonna go home. I mean, I guess that's like,
sounds like that's exactly what happened.
man.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
All right, guys. Think about it. Let us know what you think. We'll see you next week. This podcast is a So.Will.I.Studos production. So will I.
Stanley Cleaning Company has an exciting new service they are offering, and I can't wait to tell you about it. Laundry. Yes, they will come to your house, and for $15 a load, they will pick it up, take it, wash it, dry it, fold it, and bring it back to you. This is something I have dreamed about since I became an adult and started doing laundry on my own. Hit them up and get your place cleaned and your laundry done by my friends over at Stanley Cleaning Company. You can find them on Facebook or give her a call or a text at 765-860-3606.